Since 2018, the Pelicans have held their breath, waiting for Zion to emerge as a bona fide star, but it just hasn't happened yet. However, is this Pelicans team good enough to help Zion reach his destined heights? I want to start by talking about DeJounte Murray, who's probably the biggest addition, 100%, of the Pelicans this offseason. And I just want to talk about his numbers and his impact, because I think he's got a giant impact on the team this season, being a point guard and kind of letting CJ and BI, handle the ball less, and he's going to take a lot of facilitating under himself and take a lot of burden off those other guys. But pre-Trae Young in San Antonio, DeJounte Murray was averaging 21, 8, and 9, shooting 33% from 3 on 4 attempts a game. It's pretty good. 21, 8, and 9. I mean, the Spurs teams, he was a starting point guard. They were not good. He was younger. He actually made All-Star in 2022, as we see right here. But I mean, that's crazy. Then he goes to play with Trae Young, who's a very ball-dominant guard who needs the ball in his hands and makes shots and facilitates an offense. In Atlanta, he averaged 21, 5, and 6, shooting 35% on 6. So not only did he get an uptick in volume, but his efficiency actually got better as well playing there. But overall, DeJounte's a great playmaker, great shot maker, great defender. I mean, we can see right here, all defense in his second team all defense, on his second year in the league. All-star right here, most improved player, second. I mean, led the league in steals 1 year. So he's definitely a guy who doesn't get talked about in terms of, like, I don't want to say peak, but I mean, he's definitely one of the better guards in the league right now. And like I said, I think he's going to be able to open up the floor for the Pelicans. CJ McCollum was their point guard. And if you watch the NBA for the past 10 years or so that CJ's been playing, CJ is not a point guard. CJ is not a point guard. He's a shooting guard. He's great off the dribble and off the shoot and off the catch and stuff like that. Same with BI. BI can't handle the ball, can't create for himself, but in terms of like leading an offense, they needed a point guard, and they got DeJounte Murray. So it's going to be interesting to see how many guys they give up for him, if that's going to like pan out and like hurt them later on. We're going to talk about their depth, but we will talk about their depth later. But I think that it's a good addition, and it will make the Pelicans very good. Will it make them better than they were last year? As we're going to talk about later. But how is this affecting Zion? Like, how can Zion really bolster this team and make them a real threat in the West? So I wrote down here, I think Zion is the Michael Jordans of Aaron Gordon's, which I didn't realize that's a bar. That's crazy. He's athletic as anybody I've ever seen, right? I want to see more shot creation from him. I want to see him be the lead guy and take a step up and really ball out like that. And I know that he has gotten better in his shot creation, but I just want to see more. I want to see more of that star play from Zion, because I don't think I can give him that star treatment yet from guys like Anthony Edwards, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Like, I can't, like Jalen Brunson, I can't give him that star 100% lead guy, because it's between him and BI. Not to mention the Pelicans aren't even like good enough to make the playoffs. So how much does that say about who they are, Zion's health? When he's on the court, how does that look? How is the rest of the team doing? So I don't think Zion is going to be like, and I think it's really interesting to look at another guy who went in the same draft as Zion, John Morant, who is taking that leap and has made his team like 50, and he has led his team to 50 wins multiple times when he's on the court, healthy and playing. The Grizzlies are a very good team. Can't say so much for the Pelicans. So it's going to be really interesting to see. This year might be one of the last years that Zion might really have, because a guy from France who's 7'5" is coming and might shut down the whole West for who knows how long. I'm being dead serious. Not to mention you still got Luka, Shai, and a bunch of other guys, Ja, like I just mentioned. And it's not looking too good for Zion. He can't be middling for too long. If he really wants to be a contender, he's got to level up a little bit. But how is the Pelicans' depth? How is their team looking? Are they going to be a real threat in the West? Let's check it out. So if you've been watching the rest of the Contenders or Pretender series, I've done a video on basically every team at this point. 2/3 of the teams. I'm almost there. I'm trying to crank a lot of them out. But I've been using the depth chart, I think, in every single one, just because it's so interesting to look at for a team at the beginning of the season. Like, how do they look going into it? So starting 5, not look bad at all. DeJounte Murray, CJ, Brandon Ingram, Zion, and Herb. Now, a lot of people might be like, oh, Herb at the 5, like, really? If they want to run 5 out and go small ball, they can do that. They got a lot of shooters on this team, especially with DeJounte running more of a clarified offense. Maybe I think it'll be a lot better for him. Not to mention you got a decent big coming off the bench in Daniel Tice. If they want to give him some playing time, Daniel Tice is a guy who can come in and body up on somebody, even though he's about 6'8", 6'9". Big body. He was a Clippers guy last year. I thought he played 2 years, but he only played last year. So But yeah, he's a big baller, good guy. If they give him minutes, they can do it. I know Missy's a very interesting prospect. I think he came out of Baylor first round. So, but then yeah, you got guys like Trey Murphy. This doesn't look good right now. I mean, Trey Murphy and Brandon Ingram are out, I guess. But Jose Alvarado. I mean, GTA fire. Trey Murphy's good. Herb Jones not looking good to be your starting center and then like your backup. So the depth doesn't look like so good right now. It's not like, oh my gosh, it's great. Starting five is pretty decent, but like that will win you a bunch of games in the regular season. However, the bench, it's not where it needs to be right now. It's not like, hey, this is locked in. You can't make any more trades. You can make trades. You can pick people up, and you can bolster that offense going forward. But I mean, I don't know if the bench is really going to provide any depth and help for the Pelicans. Don't get me wrong. It's a good group. Like Jose, Trey, Herb, Missy, Daniel Tice, and then Jordan Hawkins is pretty good. But the guys they gave up, kind of tough. Guys like Larry Nance, Dyson Daniels is another one where it's like, dude, that's a good pickup. So they're kind of in the same situation as like the Knicks with Cat, where it's like, hey, we got a guy, but we gave up a little bit of our depth. So we're gonna have to see how this plays out. I don't think that's gonna kill them that bad. I think DeJounte is gonna be a very, very good addition to the Pelicans because they needed a point guard, and he could really be a point guard. And it just wasn't working out in Atlanta. As we all know, they were like literally the most mid-even team of NBA history, apparently. Like, it's crazy. But what am I going to give them? What's my verdict on this Pelicans team? Honestly, it is pretenders. Not saying they're not going to make the playoffs, but if they do, they're probably a first-round exit. I mean, there's just so many good teams in the West, and they don't have that, like, bang-bang star that can just, like, backpack like Ant, Jokic, Luka. I'm going to even put Kyrie up there because Kyrie did some backpacking a little bit. Shea, we got some guys in the West that can just and go like balls to the wall for a full series. And I don't see anybody here. Zion can be that. If he can do that, then they might be contenders. We'll see. Maybe that's next season. Maybe that's 2 seasons. Maybe that's this year. We don't know. But for right now, off what I know and what I'm seeing is I'm predicting that they will be pretenders. They're not going to be really contending for anything. That's might change if Zion's 100% healthy. The whole DeJounte plug-in goes perfect. CJ and BI are healthy. Herb at the 5 goes well. There's just a lot more questions than solidified answers at this moment. So that's why I'm giving them the pretenders. But I love a lot of players in this team. I'm very excited going forward for, like, hopefully them, like, they can, like, really go crazy because I love watching Zion. Like, he's great. I love CJ. Love BI. I love DeJounte Murray. I love all these players. And Jose Alvarado is, like, really fun to watch. So they're a very entertaining team. And they could do some damage if they get it together. So I'm just assuming that based off what I know, they're not going to get it together. That's all I'm going to say. So if you have not seen, that's all I got for today. But if you have not seen the rest of the playlist, I think it should be on screen somewhere. New video. I'm punching these videos out like nobody's business. So let me know if you like them. I'm doing every single one of your teams. Disclaimer as well. I'm trying to interview one fan from every single NBA team over the course of the whole season. I'm gonna do like a Saturday series where it's just full interview from just a team, just interviewing people about their favorite team and stuff. And so I'm looking for guys like Wizards fans, freaking Pelicans fans. If you have kind of a niche-ish team that you're a fan of, hit me up and we will do an interview. Like, I promise you will be on the channel. I'm trying to do all 30. I got a lot of my bases covered. But anyways, that's all I got for today. Got a lot of fun stuff coming out. I've got to do like 10 videos, 10 or 11 videos in 7 days. And I'm probably going to record a lot of them today. So, wish me luck. I'm trying to do this for y'all. I want this to be my job, bro. I love doing this. So, let me know if you guys like this kind of content. I'm trying to push this up before the season starts. Then we want to mix some stuff up and do some more fun stuff. But that's all I got for today. We out.